Hello, everybody. I'd like to call everybody's attention to the Dover Select Board meeting on Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m. I'd like to call it in order. Public comments. Dan.
I got two FYIs. My Fidium fiber optic at my store is going in and out, and then went out completely. And because they forced voice over IP to me, nobody could call me. There were no online orders, and I couldn't process payment to them. So, and then on Monday it was out completely. And then they came and they fixed it. Living in East Dover, I probably won't get Fidium only because during Irene, a live telephone was good. Although the repair guy was very nice, did a nice job, said to me, eventually we're all gonna have fiber optics. So that would be interesting that you don't have any communication. The second thing was Casella came and put a new dumpster in for me with metal tops on it, which I never asked for. And they said there would be a charge, but I haven't found the charge yet. Do we have any kind of ordinance all of a sudden to put steel tops on? Mine was reinforced. I never had a problem with theirs. Just another Casella beauty.
Thank you for that information, deal.
Thank you. Any other comments? I see Sarah has joined us from sunny Florida. Welcome. Okay, hearing none. We're gonna look at the DRB appointments. Consider reappointments of Stephen Palermo, Jon Prial, Sarah Shippee, members for 3-year terms, and Jack Conway as an alternate for 1 year. So I have a letter from Sarah Shippee. The Development Review, dear Select Board members, the Development Review Board requests the reappointment of Sarah Shippee, Jon Prial, and Stephen Palermo to the board positions for 3-year term ending March 31st, 2027, and reappoint Jack Conway to an alternate to the board for a 1-year term. After these appointments are approved, there will be one-year alternate position open. Please contact me for any questions or additional information. Sincerely, Sarah Shippee, Chair of the DRB. Any discussion about this? Yes, Dan.
I'm the liaison to the DRB. I've never been invited to an event. Is it my fault, or how come I've never been called as a liaison?
So what?
It's kind of an unusual circumstance where I'm the chair. I have not, I suppose if anyone had a complaint about something the DRB was doing, they would go to Tabby, and then Tabby would have to notify you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes.
You can always attend a meeting, whether
Yes.
you're invited or not.
And they are warned on the town website and in different venues.
I get the messages
Does somebody want to make a motion?
as stated.
Motion as stated.
Right.
So,
Second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Thank you, Sarah. Economic development, we're gonna look for the Route 100 4th of July closure for the 5K. Eric.
So, in order for them to get their permit from the state to close down half of Route 100 for a couple of hours on that Saturday, the 4th of July weekend, they need permission from the town. What I'm looking for is your blessing to give them that permission.
Can you give us the route? Where, how far it will be closed? Will it be like Country Club to?
It's, they're actually using the Valley Trail, I believe, and then coming out Country Club and up, I think, to the fire station.
Okay. Mike, how are we gonna deal with that?
It's a good question. I've been waiting for some sort of paperwork from them and go to the state that shows what they're gonna do, and then Rich and I need to build a plan, fire department, and police department, and how we're going to monitor that.
Can I just follow with, it seems unusual, we don't have the plan of the path of the race to approve.
Sorry, I should have sent that along to you. I apologize. I do have it.
I have a question.
Yes, Dan.
How many attendees do we intend to have? If you start the race with 100 people, they'll be gone in no time flat.
Yeah, I think they were thinking 150.
That changes the dynamic of it.
Yes, Mike.
My understanding is they're only using the shoulder of the southbound lane. So. What I asked for from them was some sort of plan that shows what exactly they need. And if the state has regulations as to what closing the shoulder means.
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of traffic that weekend, and I don't know if we're gonna have to have people. If it's gonna have to be one way and have people directing traffic, and or if we're just gonna line it and have a couple officers, whether that's police or fire officers. Slowing people down, like, it's hard to build this plan until we have some concrete info from them and the state's regulations or desires.
Who's putting this in?
The Sawmill. Eric, any more information on the route?
I have the document here. So it looks like, yeah, they're following the trail up to Valley Center. Or not, sorry, not Valley Center, the Dodge parking lot,
Mhm.
coming out onto Route 100 up to the firehouse and back.
And they're using the same side of the road both times.
Yes.
So who's gonna incur the cost of policing? the
That's all in that.
That's all in them.
They know that.
And has that been communicated to the fire and the police department?
So,
Yes, Joe.
so it's starting where?
At Farm Road Estate, they're coming down.
Coming out of Dots. And
They're
going
gonna-
up to the fire station and taking a left before the fire station.
No, so they're coming down from Farm Road Estate, and up the Valley Trail to Dots.
Correct.
Coming out onto 100.
Yep.
The fire station where they'll turn around, come back under 100 into the Dots parking lot and return.
Turn around, come back.
Okay,
It's-
so I think we need, I think the, yes, sorry.
Did anyone like ask our chief if this was an advisable route, or did they just come up with it? I guess they're not here to. Did you talk to them enough? Are they here?
Sorry.
No, Sarah?
I'm a member Rotary. They picked that because they wanted the start point at Farm Road Estate. They didn't want to go up Crosstown Road. And that was the route that gave them the ability to take the most advantage of the Valley Trail. I suggested doing laps in the parking lot and then heading back, but that was voted down.
This is what day?
4th of July,
On the 4th of July?
What day is it?
I believe so, yeah.
I believe it's the Saturday. I don't
Oh,
know.
it's the 4th of July weekend, sorry.
A little bit of a cluster for me, but whatever.
Yes, Mike.
So my conversation started with them in that my strong suggestion was to stay off Route 100 if possible. That's in the extent of the direction I gave them, and then they came back with that plan. And but they wanted to close down the shoulder for the state. They told me they had permission from the state, and I told them I needed to see that so I could make the plan, and I haven't seen anything.
We want to see.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
Mike's questioning, what closing his shoulder means and, how much enforcement we're gonna need on a holiday weekend with,
In the plan they provided to V-Trans, so you have 5 officers in the delivery and on duty position on one.
I think there's a little more ground, yes.
Can I table this until something more? Like chief is understanding it, so he can say yes or no, he doesn't even, I don't even think we should even discuss it, like that's.
Okay,
So a
so
new point at this.
Yeah, I think we need
Enough information, we don't
much
know.
more concrete information and our concerns need to be directly addressed.
Sorry, Sarah, but.
Okay, sorry,
chamber-
well.
Oh, no, I agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Mike.
I do understand their plan, and my only. In my shaking my head no to that is just the language of it. My plan is to have all 7 of our sworn officers there for that day. But 2 of them will be on duty So they will be paying for fire, so that's why it looks like that. So it's gonna take all 7 of us and some fire department. And I don't think anyone's approached the fire department, I told them that they needed to do that.
So the timeline with the state, how long does it take to get a permit like this?
I mean, they have everything filled out, they've been working with the state. And they have all their insurances lined up. It was July 6th is the date of the race, it's that Saturday.
Mhm.
They did provide the route. Breakdown of what they told the state will be there for coverage. Basically, what's included in the term, so I can share the permit with you guys, but
I think we'd all like to look at it and come up with questions. We didn't have any background, so,
okay.
I mean, in terms of it, as just a bullet point, so. If we can table it to the next meeting,
Okay.
okay?
And I'll
Is that
try-
good with everybody?
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Yes, Joe?
Also too, just that the Rotary knows what the cost is gonna be for our services to provide to close Route 100, because I would think it's not gonna be cheap. You're saying 5, and the fire department is also, and I want to bring up too, the fire department is not a volunteer fire department, so we need to know what those costs are when they're on their thing too. Thank you.
Sarah,
Mhm.
is the Rotary paying for this or is the Farm Road Estate?
That it's a fundraiser for Rotary. I don't know how much, and Mike Levesque, who owns Farm Road, is a Rotarian. So I don't know how much Farm Road is supporting this event financially.
Okay.
That's also, they also have concert. I think that's the same day. They have the concert in the afternoon, so it's kind of the concerts for Farm Road.
Eric?
So this was all part of the budgets that we approved for the event funding that we gave them,
Mhm.
so we gave them. An amount, I don't remember right off the top of my head what it was, and then the rest of. What will be paid out and cover all these things is what people are paying to register for the race,
Okay,
and then any additional that is made will be donated to the road. So when they understand that there are costs associated, that's, they gave me a budget, that's what we approved in the program.
okay. So let's get the information in front of the board so that we can all peruse it prior to a meeting. Okay? All right. Next is update on the bathrooms for concerts.
So I spoke to the new general manager or regional manager at 7-Eleven. We had a discussion about the bathrooms and he explained to me what the issues were there and why they've been closed, and there's some issues in the later evening hours on. At the end of that discussion, it did sound like we could come to an agreement on working now having those bathrooms open at least for the concerts when we have those throughout the summer, so a bathroom would be available at 7-Eleven. That being said, is there a desire from the board for me to continue pursuing getting a porta potty in the park? We paid for the porta potties at the pickleball courts, or we will be. And that, like I said, the hope is that bathroom. It was a very good possibility that those bathrooms would be open at 7. Same concerns we always have with the porta potty, right? It's our responsibility. In speaking with other towns who have put them out. Yes, the company does come once a week to clean it out and make sure that it's cleaned up. The problem with that being is that if something occurs in the porta potty right after they've cleaned it up, it's a whole week before somebody shows up to do it again, and then it's, kind of, we either leave it that way or it's on us to make sure that it's cleaned up and taken care of. If you want me to get numbers together, costs us to put a porta potty in the park, I can do that, but I didn't want to do that work without knowing which direction you guys wanted.
Thoughts? Joe?
So how much time is it that the concerts go from? How many
June to
weeks?
August.
How many weeks?
It's June to August, and then there's a couple of weekends off for 4th of July and for Blueberry.
So it's 10 weeks?
Yeah,
So it'd be like middle of June to like after like
end of August.
I think that my opinion is that we should pursue it and see if we can come up with agreement with 7-Eleven. And see how that goes. We can always put them in if it's not working out. But I think that one, the park is pretty tight, and so honestly, I was thinking about it, it should be up in Rich's parking lot where the people are parking, but then we have to work with Rich on that. And it's gonna turn into somebody's nightmare, I'm concerned. Jim,
I like the 7-Eleven idea best, and if my memory serves me, I believe Best Septic offered to supply either one or two porta potties several years ago, and the board decided not to, pursue that,
they did.
and perhaps that avenue is still open.
They wanted it as an advertising thing, and that was when the 7-Eleven bathroom was open. And they wanted it in the park. So that's something we certainly could consider, but I agree with you. I think 7-Eleven is the best way to actually provide it, if it works. And anybody else? Yes,
The financial aspect isn't necessarily the concern, right? I mean, we can afford.
It's like 140 a month. I think.
Right, I mean, we can absolutely afford to put one there. For me, it's more the logistics of having it there, how it stays clean. And the fact
who's on call?
who's on call. I mean, we spend a pretty large amount of money each year on beautification, between the banners and flowers and all of the flags and everything that we do. So then to put something not super pretty right in the middle of that, seems counterintuitive.
No, I appreciate you reaching out to 7-Eleven again, and hopefully that might work. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Scott?
I'm just, not to be their horse here, but I think now we have that 7-Eleven potentially there. We have porta potties that we're paying for that they're gonna be over there, but see how it all goes. It's not saying that we totally don't want it, but if we can solve this with this, let's just go that way.
Excellent. All right, business plan competition for 2024.
So we'd like to run the business plan competition again. We have in writing from our previous winner that he is, he knows that the money is off the table at this point. And because we didn't spend it last time, we'd like to spend it this time and get another business in Dover. Similar platforms or, our format as last time. I'd like to do a public meeting, like we did before, have a brainstorming session. Get people interested, same type of timeline, with the winner coming this time, hopefully prior to fall, so that they have time to get things set up for the winter. But we didn't want to restructure everything until we knew whether or not this is something you guys were interested in.
Joe?
I'm definitely interested in it. I think we double the money and try again. Go from the 10, well, we had 10,000 that didn't get used.
20.
It was already 20,000, so go to 40,000. Get more people that are willing to put into it. That's what I say, and it was a good event, people got involved, people came out, and who knows what comes of it.
I think
Yes.
I think one of the most valuable pieces of that entire process was that public meeting, and just kind of getting that input from, the residents and the homeowners here in town, what it is that we need, what it is that we don't want, and things like that. I think that's very valuable information, so. We can absolutely double it, but that's up to you guys. That line item has not been doubled, but.
Well, I would want it to come before this board as a warrant item, so there could be discussion about it as well. But this is to open it up again, so I think that nobody has negative about trying it again. Obviously, the parameters why this business didn't make it was enlightening to everybody, I think, because of the height, the ceiling heights required. I'm disappointed that it didn't work. I'm sure they are, and you are, and so I think we should try again, knowing that there are certain limitations to what people can do in the inventory that we have available if they need to rent a space. So
I think there will be a bigger investment this time in touring those spaces with those prospective winners, so that they know exactly what it is that they need and can get.
About years, so they're a little more realistic out there than they used to.
Great. And anything else, Sarah, you got anything? Nope, okay, all right, I think that's a go ahead,
Thank you.
Yes,
good. Okay, I need a motion to go into the Board of Liquor Control,
motion to go in the Board of Liquor Control.
Second,
all in favor?
Aye.
We have liquor licenses from the Hermitage Inn LLC for first, second, and outside consumption. Two Dogs LLC for first, third, and outside consumption, or an outside. Sawmill, first, third, and outside. APT Inc., second. Who is APT Inc.?
That's Tony's pizza.
Tony's Pizza. And Mount Snow for Harriman's for the first, second, and third. Fairways for first and third, Carinthia for first and third, Bullwheel for first and third, Cuzzins for first, third, and outside. Snow Barn for first and third, and Sundance for first. Are we good? Yes, our chief gives us the thumbs up. Yes.
Okay,
Hold on, Jeanette.
No, I just wanted to say we are still waiting on some checks from folks, so if we could perhaps make it contingent on
Money?
town.
Yep,
so can we do it all as one motion?
yeah, we just
Sure.
have to wait for payment for those that have not paid.
Okay, so make a motion that we approve the following applications: Hermitage Inn Vermont LLC for first, second, and outside consumption permit, Two Dogs LLC for first, third, and outside consumption permit, the Sawmill LLC for first, third, and outside consumption, APT Inc. for second, Mount Snow for the following properties: Harriman's for first, second, and third, Fairways first and third, Carinthia first and third, Bill Will first and third, Cuzzins first, third, and outside, Snow Barn first and third, and Sundance first, subject to receipt of appropriate payment.
second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I
I need to come out of the Board of Liquor Control?
motion to come out of the board.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
So we have the consent agenda from, which is to approve the minutes from March sixth, which was our reorganizational Wednesday night meeting. And everybody was there? I have.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of March 6th.
Second,
Any changes or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
We have the warrants for March 16th in the amount of $207,858.23.
I don't think I saw those.
Yeah.
They're here.
Okay, so I'm out.
What's up with our paying fees? We didn't pay the North Branch Fire District, how'd that happen?
So, did you see the write-up on the email? Apparently they've been issuing citations or permits, and it all came in one lump sum. And Marco just assumed it was the police department because they're the only ones who normally have been writing violations. So, but a portion of that belonged to North Branch.
So you can blame the state.
Yeah, it wasn't broken.
So
out.
it was money, we received money that was not due to us.
Right, it's not ours, it's theirs.
I have a question.
Yeah, yes.
This invoice here, we're paying for the study
Going
to
to the
change it. That's not gonna do it.
instead of them. Wow.
Ask Jeanette this, the SLR fee, chat, Bill?
Yeah.
Dan's questioning it.
It's for the Snow Lake dam.
So
It's
we're-
part of the grant. that we
Yeah.
received.
And so we're in charge of all the paperwork.
Yes, we pay that and then we get reimbursed.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
I guess.
okay, and Sarah abstaining too, because she hasn't seen them. Okay. We are now moving on to FYIs. Hopper Consulting Constant Discharge Plan approved by the state. Oh, yay.
It's for the well.
Do they have a timeline now when they're gonna be coming? They thought,
That's all I've heard.
Okay.
Is that it was approved on the state and now they have to do. move forward, so I haven't been any more since that.
Okay. And then we have the Maple Festival Craft Fair at Memorial Hall on Saturday from 10 to 4.
Yes, so come on up, there's lots of Dover artists and crafters there, there's a quilt raffle, there's the ladies from the West Dover Church are doing a bake sale, so.
Nice.
it should be fun. Come on up.
Nice. And there's a public meeting on Monday night next week at 6:30 p.m. at the Dover Town Hall about the town plan draft, so hopefully everybody can attend that. Who did that?
I second that.
All right, do we have any liaison reports? I hear none. So we're going to need to go into executive session. And I,
Are we signing stuff on the blue book now?
no, is he here yet?
Yes, John has been.
Okay, so let's do that now. So I need somebody to make a motion.
And yes.
I've got it. You want to do that, Scott? The first that I've highlighted.
Okay.
That first one. Yeah. Mhm.
So I move to find that premature general public knowledge of privileged attorney-client communications and discussion of pending litigation would clearly place the town at a substantial disadvantage, including by revealing confidential and privileged information and waiving attorney-client privilege.
So we'll move into executive session with that motion. Does somebody want to second it? I second it.
Sure.
All in favor? Aye. And then if you're gonna make this move, go on. Read the second part. Huh?
Do we need to record this or are we gonna? No, I didn't know what, you know.
The second,
Once we're in executive
no, that
session.
once we're, yeah.
We're already in, yeah.
Okay, so I move that during executive session for attorney-client communications and discussion of pending litigation and to invite legal counsel to join.
You should vote on that too. I think we voted too early. All in favor? Aye. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Yes,